Tesla stock price in a massive spot, guys. We have seen stock price break over this cup and handle structure. We did mention it in the last video. Being the break over that 314 level, we hung out here for 1, 2, 3, and 4 days before closing over these highs, getting a nice strong wide body bar. If Tesla repeats itself as we've seen within the past, we should be expecting potentially a breakout to get very euphoric within the next few days and our weeks, guys. With that being said, my name is Dylan from Dylan's Trades. We're going to get straight into this technical analysis breakdown. First, stepping over to the weekly analysis. On the weekly analysis, guys, we got a really beautiful image with the stock price. Over the last few weeks, guys, the real story within Tesla is that we've been formulating these lower highs, right? Lower high here, here, and potentially are we setting a lower high here to push down lower, or is this going to be the newfound higher low as we have been setting right here? And as of now, it does appear we're setting, right, these higher lows to win this battle, to reapproach one of these highs up here, guys, to at least give a test within that rough 362, 355 range, somewhere within these wicks. So it does appear we can definitely get over there, guys, for a multitude of reasons. But, you know, we will get to this bullish descending trendline break, which Tesla is very prone to have, guys. Is why don't we just zoom out from a very grand scheme of things? That's actually what we're working with. So let's get that out of the way, guys, from the deepest perspective. We are breaking out of this very, very deep structure, guys, where we have been forming since that 2021 region where stock price over here did jam out, right? We dropped, we came up, we tried to get over this level multiple times, formulating this descending trend line. You can move around a little bit, guys, right? You don't have to be super gung-ho about this, but it's this rough region. We did break over the top, guys. The structure is better seen on the monthly. So on the monthly, the deeper analysis, guys, we're clearly breaking out of the structure with an obvious break and a successful retest. So from a deep perspective, you got to love what Tesla's seeing. And even from the most simple momentum tracker, we're setting higher lows, guys, and we're moving in this direction, right? We're moving in an ascension profile, despite a very hard blow up top previously within this 400 to 450 range. You know, stock price is gradually increasing. So the trend is your friend, guys. We're working in the right direction, and we are breaking out of a range structure, hence over here, guys. And we've seen a three-phase stage, guys, right? We've seen this obvious range over here break us down from that 400 level to these 220, right? Over here, we've seen another range, which we've been following on the channel. We broke out from that 273 to 488. So, you know, if we work with these, you know, type theories where it's 1, 2, 3, we should be expecting 4. So from a lot of deeper perspectives and technical analysis techniques and structures, we're most definitely bullish on Tesla, guys. So with that out the way, right, we're clearly seeing some nice price action, guys. You always love to see on a strong support like these, a nice, strong body bar. Within this full week, price action didn't pull back at all. To see this kind of activity at a massive, massive critical level, it definitely gives you confidence. Hence over here, guys, we're incredibly bullish over here when we've seen this big week of price action. We really felt that $400 test was coming. We did fall a little bit short within 370, but we did move up massively within this candle, about 30% in a couple of weeks, guys. So it does seem the show is back on the road, right? We do have that very, very big resistance being 333, which is pivotal. We will get to that on the daily, but as of now, seeing this wide bar and another wide bar, right? Press up with this little wick on bottom, testing out the buyer strength and getting it bounce up. Gotta love what we're seeing. We're bullish on the weekly analysis. The next week, we should be moving up unless we hard reject this big 333 level. With that being said, guys, let's go jump over the daily analysis. Do a little bit of the medium term. So on the daily analysis, we mentioned within the last video, guys, when you see stock price gap down, hence over here, gap down. And then the buyers grind right up aggressively, refilling this gap, and then we fall right back within this region. We said down here, guys, we should get the bounce as for many factors, right? We won't get into that, but you know, we have seen us reclaim this gap, which we did set. So we're seeing two gaps being filled in 1, 2, 3 days, pushing up high, and this one being filled in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, now breaking over this breakout level. So the buyers have seen max strength, guys. The sellers did do their job within this region over here, within this false break, but since this drop within this gap, guys, the buyers have been dominating over the last few weeks, right? They reclaim, and now it seems we're taking off within this structure, and that's really what we should center to now, guys, is we can get an applicable price target for this cup and handle structure. This did stem out on the number 1 resistance level. We won't always see resistance markers being as concrete as this, I mean, you won't see a more obvious level than this, right? Even the most novice traders will understand this massive 360 to 362 level, right? And this is where we previously topped off not too long ago. So this is where the cup and handle starts, which makes me even more bullish on the structures. It's very concrete. We drop down, we revisit these highs, and then we enter this handle-like formation, momentarily false breaking, but we still remain within these constraints. We press against it for 4 days at a time, drop, and now we're seeing the breakout over here. We're seeing technically everything you want to see besides the volume increase. Right, we do have earnings coming up, guys, so keep that in mind. If we see positive earnings within this breakout region, a closeout or 333 could easily get us to these highs pretty quickly. So keep that in mind, guys. The earnings could be exemplified even more than Tesla earnings can be. You take a trend line to get a price target for this cup and handle structure from the bottom of this movement to the top, and then we get a 50% fractal movement within that, about a 31% trend line. We take that to the breakout, guys. This could push us to that 385 level on that $400 range, guys. And I think it's very, very reasonable to go and test that big, obvious psychological $400 level, which coincidentally, guys, does line up with this gap over here, guys. Notice how we gap down over here. We never filled that at $400, guys. So I know it's a ways away, but this is a very big level, guys, where, you know, everyone's going to be watching for Tesla. So as of now on the daily, guys, we look really, really sweet, man. I think we can eventually work our way to go and fill this very obvious gap that has been hanging around for quite some time. And it does appear the show is on the road. So with that being said, let's jump over to the hourly, see if there's anything over here, guys, that we missed, right? Only really notable thing we want to see over here is that there's some very obvious hourly highs over here, guys, where, you know, we've been struggling at for some time, testing multiple times, testing, breaking out, coming down, and retesting for 1 and 2 hours. So keep an eye in this rough range, guys, from that 325 region to 322. If we do knife down below 322 from a short-term perspective, could be seeing downside. This is a pretty critical level where the, you know, the sellers had done a big job at, and once we did break over, we've seen some nice momentum. So, you know, as of now, guys, we're looking good. Tesla doesn't always hang out within these channels, but it does appear we could be setting up for this ascending channel of some reminisce, with the highs being somewhere over here, guys, right, and the lows being here. I'm not a huge channel trader, but this is a very obvious one. So Tesla looks very, very good from the long and medium term analysis. A little bit more questionable than short, as we do that 333 resistance marker to get over until we can see that next big, quick movement, right? And with earnings coming up. But besides that, guys, we look incredible from a multi-time frame analysis, and we are bullish on Tesla. If you found any value within the video, consider like, subscribing. We do cover Tesla about 1 to 2 times per week. So with that being said, guys, I hope you had a good day. Take care, trade smart, and peace.